Hello everyone, and welcome to another Tales of Christoria video with me, Azahel. Today in this video we will be taking a look at some units, doing a unit review on some of the most recent units. We will be taking a look at today EX Mithos, Summer Reid, and Summer Colette. And just to top it off, we're going to be kind of taking a look at basically Hitgen. Why Hitgen is basically the biggest meta in Tales of Christoria right now. Show you why I consider Hitgen to be king. Now, before we get into the video, I do want to make an amendment on my last intro video and go over a notice that was released a couple days ago. Not anniversary news, but summer related news. But first, in regards to guilds that I did talk about in the last intro series video, if you watched that portion of that video, one thing I failed to mention was guild rank experience. So the guilds have guild rank EXP. As you can see here on this guild, Tales Inferno, our guild rank is 28. It has 57,100 experience left to rank 29. You can see it up here in the top left corner. Now, in order to boost guild experience, you have to earn guild points. You can do that by donating gold, donating items, and also by doing raids and other things with your guild. Now, when you donate items, you can donate up to 2,000 points worth of items. You can, however, earn more than 2,000 experience when donating items. You can donate, say, up to 1,980 and then donate a, say, 200 point item, and that's going to actually give you 2,180 guild experience. So if you want to level up your guild quickly, that's the way to do it. So I did forget to mention that in our guild video, in the last intro series video. Another thing, guys, my guild Tales Inferno is currently recruiting. We have had a lot of players retire from the game, looking to recruit some new players. If you're new to the game and are looking for a guild to join, would like some good guild boosts in order to help you through the early game, come on and join the guild. You're welcome to apply. If you do receive an error when you're applying saying that we've reached the max number of requests for the guild, which isn't true, I don't know why it gives that error, but if you do receive that error, then you can DM me on Discord, find me in the main Tales of Christoria Reddit. I'll be more than happy to send you the invite to get into the guild. So with that, let's cover the notice that came out from the summer campaign. So they got the summer campaign that's going to be running basically along with the anniversary that's coming up. It's going to be releasing, the day was July 14th, so 2 days before anniversary. They're going to be releasing more, bringing back last year's summer collection for exchange, also releasing more summer attachments for collection. You're going to have some sunscreen ranger glasses, marine tiara, a butterfly net, and a bug cage. Love the description they put on the butterfly net. It says, "Let forth a howl while holding this to summon a storm that would flatten a mountain." Maybe. Makes me chuckle every time. They're also adding a limited time summer background that I'm super excited for. My background has been the Christmas background ever since they did that limited one. So I'm excited to replace it with the limited summer background, have a beach in my background. It's going to be so much fun. So that's coming July 14th, guys. So look forward to that. I'm excited for the summer content. Super excited for anniversary news. So make sure, again, to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you know when that anniversary news drops. We're going to be releasing a video the moment it does drop. So keep an eye out for that. And also, if you enjoy the content, keep an eye out for more Tales of Christoria content. We are currently also streaming Scarlet Nexus. So if you want to watch some Scarlet Nexus gameplay, come and join us in the stream. Be more than happy to have you. So with that, guys, let's get into the video. We're going to be doing again a unit review. So we're going to go into the Phantom Tower for this one, because we can showcase the units kind of the best in the Phantom Tower. So we're going to start at floor 27 and do a review on EX Mithos. So let's get over here and take a look at Mithos. This is the wrong team, but so as you can see here, this Mithos is mostly maxed out. The only thing is we don't have him fully awakened. We only have him awakened once. So his stats aren't great. He doesn't have the awakening skill, but he is still a very solid unit. And the reason being is his arts. His arts are just really good for hit gen, really strong. His mystic art does 16 hits to all enemies, 53% attack. Not strong, but lots of hits. His art 1 gravity well does 45% damage, attack, 15 hits in AoE, so you can hit 3 enemies. Also very good for hit gen, does not do a lot of damage, but man does it rack up the hits. Arts 2 is possibly his strongest art, gives the 33% defense down to all enemies for 4 turns, and 100% chance to cast poison on all enemies for 3 turns. Now in the Phantom Tower, we won't see the poison get cast because they do resist poison, but it is a chance just to show off the defense down as well. And his normal attack does 5 hits, so it's a decent hit gen on off turns when your arts are on cooldown. Now his Ascension board does provide him some really good defense against light units. Nothing much else going on there, and also his Transcendence board is very defense oriented and gives him 100% resist to poison and burn. So he'd be really good also into stages that cast lots of poison and burn. So keep that in mind for if you have EX Mithos and need a unit that won't get burned or poisoned. So you can max transcend him and he will be very defense oriented, lots of survivability, lots of hit gen, very support oriented there. So let's go ahead and, oh, I'm on the wrong floor. Floor 26 is the one that we want. So let's go ahead and take a look here at EX Mithos and see exactly what he can do. Alright, so we're just going to get to the point, we're going to just go through this battle, get to the point where we can use our Mystic Arts to show you guys why the hit gen on EX Mithos is so strong. So let's go ahead and dive into that and just get to that point. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and use our Retribution here for the defense down. Again, 33% defense down to all enemies. So you're going to see a significant increase in damage when you use this skill. We got one more turn to go through before we can use the Mystic Art. So we're just going to go ahead and just use that. Anyway, so one more turn before the Mystic Art is up. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and plug away here. You'll see the amount of hits. So we're already at 55 hits, 80% damage up. We're going to use his Mystic Art now. Does 234,000 damage there, but 119 hits, 230% damage up now. Let's go ahead. So Laphicet's here, Mystic Art is going to do lots of damage. absolutely demolish for one enemy. This is going to do lots of damage. Again, just absolutely demolishing enemies. And so you can see we get lots of damage out of these Mystic Arts just because of the Hitgen. We're able to effectively just demolish that stage. So EX Mithos, I would give him a solid rating. I mean, honestly, I love EX Mithos. If I have him fully awakened, he's a straight up 10 out of 10 unit, must have unit for Hitgen and his defense down, as well as his capability to poison. Very, very strong in the Phantom Tower and Arena. So if you need a good unit for clearing the Phantom Tower, especially those stages with 4 enemies, even 3 enemies is really good. So 3 to 4 enemies stages, EX Mithos is a 100% must-have unit if you are having trouble clearing the Phantom Tower. He is also very strong for Arena. So if you need a good Arena unit, get an EX Mithos. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Summer Reid is going to be our next one we want to take a look at. That's the wrong stage. 429 is the right stage. So let's go take a look at Summer Reid now. So Summer Reid here, we also only have him awakened once. We don't have his Sword Rain Alpha fully leveled yet. So what Summer Reid's biggest strength is his attack stat. So we just buff his attack as much as possible using his arts, and then unleash his Mystic Art when we have a good attack buff situated on him. So his Art 1 does 180% attack, 11 hits to 1 enemy, and increases his attack by 20% for 3 turns. And then his Art 2, Demon Spiral Hammer, does 275% attack, 8 hits to 1 enemy, and increases his attack by 30% for 2 turns. Then his Mystic Art, Rising Maelstrom, does 322% attack, 3 hits to 1 enemy. His Ascension board is fairly normal. Lots of crit damage multiplier and elemental advantage, and then his Transcendence board increases his attack in Raid, his damage to debilitated enemies, and his attack at 100% HP or above, as well as his crit rate. So if you get him fully transcended, he's very good paired with units that can cast debilitate, as he is going to absolutely demolish enemies when they are debilitated, and especially if it's a raid boss that's debilitated, he will absolutely demolish them. So Reid, he's a very good water finisher. I prefer Asbel or Rita over Reid right now, just because they are units that have been out for a while. They're a bit stronger if you did not get Reid fully awakened. Because his awakening skill makes him very strong as well, because it does plus 15% attack normally with no hit multiplier, and at 20 hits it gives plus 20% attack, so he can get plus 35% attack when he's a finisher if he's fully awakened. That's going to make him do a lot of damage. So he is very strong, but not unless you get him fully awakened. So if you have Asbel or Rita fully awakened, they're probably stronger finishers for you. But let's dive in and take a look at Reid and how he performs. See what kind of damage numbers you can see from or expect from him if you haven't fully awakened him. So we're gonna dive in. We'll show you here just how much damage you can expect from him. So let's go ahead and we're gonna just kind of spam out some stuff. So you can see Sword Rain Alpha doing some decent damage. We got a double attack buff on him now. So we'll release Demon Rain here in just a second. So I mean, he does some good consistent DPS. His strength really lies in his capability to put out lots of consistent DPS, especially with the Sword Rain Alpha being a low cooldown. It does help a lot. So you can see we got 512,000 off of his Mystic Art there, just because his attack was buffed by Valentine's Leia, as well as from his Demon Sword skill. So Reid can get a lot of damage done in a very short amount of time. My only complaint is that the only complaint I have regarding Reid is his cooldowns, kind of like with his base model, his fire model. His cooldowns are really long. His damage output is good, but if you really want to get good damage output, it's very difficult because his Mystic Art, even on a fire stage, without any OL gauge amplifiers or anything like that, it takes 4 turns. Typically, unless he lands a critical. So if you get his crit rate boosted, there's a possibility that you could get it in 3 turns, which can be very useful because you could have possibly 4 attack buffs up on him in 3 turns, which can make his Mystic Art do a lot of damage. So there is that capability, that possibility. But again, when he doesn't have an attack buff up on him, he really does not do a lot of damage, so it does not help him very much in that case. So he needs attack buffs in order to do lots of damage. So you can see there, solitary attack buff off of Valentine's Leia there, and he was able to hit the break gauge, but did not do a lot of damage, only 162,000. So again, he is very strong, but he does need that attack buff in order to do lots of damage, either or crit damage stone or something along those lines. I don't have really the good stuff in order to buff him in that way, and I don't have a lot of Hitgen to amplify his damage. So right now, with a normal Summer Reid, just awakened once, I would give him probably a rating of about a 7 out of 10. So he is good, but right now, unless you get him fully max awakened, he is not as good as an Asbel or Rita that is max awakened. They will do more damage, just because they're going to provide the buffs that from their max awakening skill, but also their Mystic Arts are just going to hit harder. They have a higher amplification, a higher percentage off of them. If Summer Reid is only max awakened once, he's not going to put out the damage numbers that you expect from a finisher, a burst DPS. So again, Summer Reid, he is worth it if you don't have a water finisher, if you don't have Asbel, Rita, Konono. If you don't have any of those water finishers, or King Gaius, Rokuro, go ahead and pick up Summer Reid. He's going to be very good in clearing fire raids as well, fire raids and fire quests. He's not great in the Phantom Tower just because he doesn't really do a whole bunch of AoE, but he is very good in raids. So go ahead and pick him up for that if you need to clear some fire raids. Now we're going to go to floor 30 and we're going to take a look at Summer Colette, the little adorable summer girl, and we're going to take a look at that, and we're going to get some really good results out of this because we do also have our Spirit Blessing completely maxed out, which we'll be going over Spirit Blessings soon in a video coming up, so keep an eye on that. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see another intro series video on Spirit Blessings. So we'll be going over that shortly, but let's take a look at Summer Colette. So Summer Colette also awakened only once. So we don't have the awakening skill, which is what makes her so broken. Her Awakening skill gives plus 20% attack to fire allies at 20 hits and plus 30% attack to fire allies at 40 hits, so she can buff your fire allies attack by a total of 50% at 40 hits, which she can provide by herself if you have multiple enemies, because her Mystic Art hits all enemies 14 times and decreases their defense by 15%. And then her Hammer Rain also hits all enemies 13 times and has a 100% chance to cast poison on all enemies for 2 turns. She's basically EX Mithos, but fire, so not good for money off element stuff. She won't be good going into water quests. Do not use her going into water quests. She will be there to provide Hitgen, and that's about it. Her Whirlwind Rush also does some Hitgen. It does 22 hits to 1 enemy and restores her HP of self by 40%. Her Ascension board is focused around defense and HP regen, so she's got good defense against water units and earth units, and HP regen and some evasion, and then the basic normal stuff. Her Transcendence board is also defense based, gives her 100% resist to poison and art seal, so she will be consistently able to cast spells. Her arts, she will not be able to be silenced, so if you need a unit that won't get art sealed, that won't get poisoned, Summer Colette is there for you. She's a really good solid support. So let's dive in and see just what she can do in boosting our fire attack. Again, with the Spirit Blessing, we're going to get some really big amplification, so we should get lots of big damage numbers here. So let's get into this. Let's dive in. We're going to get to the point basically where we are going to be using our Mystic Arts. So just stick with us here. We're going to kind of just click through until we get to the point of using Mystic Arts. Alright, so this turn we'll go ahead and unload all of our Mystic Arts. So you saw we used Whirlwind Rush that last turn just because we have multiple enemies here, so our Hammer Rain is going to be our Hitgen. If you're going into a single target enemy, Whirlwind Rush is going to be your Hitgen skill, so you may want to save that before using your Mystic Art. But we did use the Whirlwind Rush just because we wanted to just heal a little bit of HP and just kind of show it off. But we're going to be using Hammer Rain here. Again, 55% hits to all enemies. We won't get the poison effect because it is the Phantom Tower, they resist poison, but we are going to just go ahead and just show off the Hitgen capability. So let's take a look here. So some decent damage too, 66,000 damage all around. We're already at 58 hits at 80% damage up, so then we're going to go ahead and use Splash Concert, 14 hits to all enemies, and it's going to decrease their defense. So some decent damage. We're at 230% damage up, 114 hits. So Ston is going to absolutely just demolish these enemies. We're going to have kind of sequentially just kill them by single targets. So you can see Ston's normal skill there is Searing Gale doing 800,000 damage. Now we're going to see his Phoenix, which isn't even, Ston's not even fully max awakened, so not even completely max damage here, but we're going to see his Phoenix skill just absolutely do, okay, it did only 677,000 damage, did a lot less than we expected, but now we're going to use EX Leon here, who's again also not fully max awakened. His stuff is not fully completed, not as strong as it could be, so we're going to see some pretty decent damage coming out of that though. Alright, so, and that's the kind of showcase there of those units. So, Summer Colette, very, very strong unit. Also, Hitgen is just amazing, just really boosts your skills, it really boosts your damage so high. So Summer Colette, if you don't have a good Hitgen fire unit, which I never did have one, so she was a blessing for me. If you don't get to have a good Hitgen fire unit, she is amazing. She's an amazing unit also for the Phantom Tower and for the arena. She can be used in just about any situation. Just don't use her into a water quest. She would not be good into a water quest. She wouldn't take a lot of damage, but she also would not deal a lot of damage. So I mean, you could use her for the Hitgen if you really need it, but only if you really need it. You don't have any other Hitgen options. But Summer Colette, I would give a rating also 10 out of 10, just because Hitgen right now is the meta. It is absolute king, and we'll show you why here. Let's go ahead and go into floor 26 again. Alright, so in this quest here, what I'm basically going to be showing you, if you've probably seen Derpcat's videos, you can understand why Hitgen is so strong, but I want to just kind of do some commentary and explanation together as to why. So I have my 4 units up front here that do the most Hitgen that I have available to me. So we're going to be using Summer Colette, EX Mithos, Valentine's Edna, and Summer Vague. All of their mystic arts have the highest amount of Hitgen that I can get off of 4 enemies. So we're going to be diving into this quest, showing you exactly why Hitgen is the meta. Again, if you've seen Derpcat's videos on YouTube, then you know and understand why Hitgen is so strong. But we're going to just go in normal attack and do our thing until we get up to Mystic Arts, because the Mystic Arts are just going to be, we'll just demolish them once we unleash our Mystic Arts, even though the attack's stats are not that high on the Mystic Arts. Okay, we could actually go ahead and use Dragon Fang Burst, because that's not one of the Hitgen ones we're going to be using. Okay, so we are ready. So you'll see here in just a second why Hitgen is so strong. We have all of the Mystic Arts prepared. So Splash Concert again, 40% attack, that's it. Hits 14 times, but only 40% attack, scaling. So we're going to get some defense increase off of this as well. But you're going to see we aren't going to get lots of damage at first, but the damage is going to steadily increase. Now you see Gravity Well, 45% attack, but it can end up doing lots of damage when you have the hit count really high. Indignant Judgment, only 53% attack, 16 hits to all enemies, but it can end up doing lots of damage. Here, Valentine's Edna's Stunning Charm, 82% attack only. But if we use this, 82% attack, 1,490,000 damage, only with 82% attack scaling. So you can see at 265 hits here, we're at 940% damage up. Now, Summer Vagues here is at 126% attack scaling, the Glacial Caliber. We did a lot more damage than I expected. I didn't expect to finish off those enemies so fast. So we'll go ahead and just use Glacial Caliber there. 234,000 damage to one enemy. So you can just imagine if it had been able to hit all 4 enemies, how much damage that would have done. But that, ladies and gentlemen, there is why Hitgen is so strong in this game right now. Now, we'll give you a little bit of a bonus show here. I do want to go into floor 27 and give you a bonus show with Earth, with EX Mithos and Earth, to show you something, you know, just unbelievable. Now you see here we have a fully maxed out Shigure, right? He is our damage dealer, our absolute damage god when it comes to Earth quests. Now, so we expect Shigure to be doing the damage, but I'm going to show you how you can have Maid Rita here do all the damage. Now I have Maid Rita fully ascended at level 120, but she has nothing on her Transcendence board unlocked. And her arts are still only level 6. Again, her Mystic Art does 150% damage, that's it. Only 150% damage. Well, that was not fortuitous. Well, let's get the login here. Bad time to be recording, it looks like. So let's get back in there. So that was not a fortuitous time for that to happen. So let's get back to floor 27 here. We're going to be going in and showing you exactly again, why Maid Rita here is going to be our damage dealer. This AoE Hitgen is just very strong on Phantom Tower quest because, again, it can make your AoE DPS just deal an insane amount of damage. Alright, so we'll be using, so we'll go ahead and use Cuteness here and Retribution, and we'll try and see if we can land a Debilitate. As you can see, landed lots of Debilitates and also nearly broke some of them. And I did not expect Shigure to kill her. Alright, so as you can see, Shigure can also do lots of damage just off of that defense down. So we're going to go ahead, delay one turn. So we won't get to see the damage numbers I was expecting because we did kill one already. So that was an accident. But you will get to see some decent damage coming off of Maid Rita still as well, because we're going to use EX Mithos here to get some really good Hitgen down. So we're got 260% damage up. Again, laying that Apocalypse in, get that 1,167,000 damage down. If you don't kill the 4th one there, you get some more Hitgen, lots more Hitgen, and you, if you land the critical with some debilitates on Maid Rita, you get to about 3 million damage. That's what I wanted to show. Did not expect Shigure to go and land a critical and do 600,000 damage to one-shot the Rita. But that is the video, guys. That's what I wanted to showcase to you, is the power of Hitgen and on these units that were just released on EX Mithos and Summer Colette, and show you why, in my opinion right now, they are 10 out of 10 units. And Summer Reid, you know, he is a solid finisher. If you don't have a finisher, pick him up. He's a solid 7 out of 10, not max awakened. Get him max awakened. Obviously he's a 10 out of 10 because of his awakening skill, just boosts his attack that much greater. So if you haven't pulled for the summer units already, guys, and are trying to make your decision, check out this review. Thank you so much for tuning into the video. Sorry for the little bit of Mithos things that occurred, like the new day dawning and some of the things that didn't quite go right with the showcase, but thank you for staying patient with me. And thank you for tuning into the video. Unedited, unscripted video, but thank you so much, guys, and have a wonderful day. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, and have a great day.